What a start to this season we have had, lads. 10 games into this first campaign here with Cork City, and we find ourselves in third position, just 2 points behind top of the table, Swindon Town. And as you can see there, they are the next opponent. So if we get a victory there, and if Oldham can do us a favour against Notts County, we could be top of the league when it's all said and done in the first game of this episode. And I would say we have the home advantage in this game, but we've actually not had the best record here at Turner's Cross in this series so far. Just one victory here in front of our home supporters, but this would be a great game to get that second W here in the Rebel County. Good ball there by O'Sullivan into Fitzpatrick, and what a start to this game! Oh my goodness me, it's not the curse of the commentator, we've actually jinxed it in a positive way. Josh Fitzpatrick opens up the scoring here, and we are in front in this huge top of the table clash. I tell you what though, since that goal, we have not seen much of the ball, which tends to be how these games go in this series so far. Conor Brand with his first save of the game. Obviously, he has been probably my favourite player in this series so far. He really has been absolutely fantastic between the sticks. But hopefully he has a quiet game today. As good as he's been, I wouldn't mind my keeper not having to do too much today. What a run that is by Allen. Great ball into Fitzpatrick, and we are 2-0 up inside half an hour. Honestly, from one end of the pitch to the other, that was absolutely fantastic. I was hoping they'd show a replay of the goal. What the hell was going on there? But we got the worst angle possible for the replay of the goal and also for the celebration. But regardless of that, for the first time, I believe, in this series, we have a 2-goal cushion here at Turner's Cross. Swindon are looking to pull one back here, though, right on the stroke of half-time. Really good interception. Clark, though, gets it back into Palmer. Good block there, get rid of that McManus. And that will be the half-time break. A 2-goal cushion going into the second 45 minutes, I believe for the first time. Yeah, it would be, because I think before this game, we've only ever scored 2 goals at home once, and that was in a 2-2 draw that we simmed, and I do know that Shawnee Maguire got a late equaliser in that game. So yeah, for the first time here at the Cross, we lead by 2-0 going into the second half. Oh, that's a good ball out to Matthew Allen, who's had a fantastic start to life at Cork City so far. Fitzpatrick on the hat-trick. That rhymes. But unfortunately wasn't able to get the shot off there. And here comes Swindon on a rare attack. Honestly, it's quite impressive how quiet we've kept them in this game. Although, I've probably just jinxed it now, because here they come on the attack. Here's Snowden. Over to Kilkenny. Of course, Cork and Kilkenny are no strangers to battling each other over the years, as GAA fans will know. Conor Brand gets rid of that. Let's see now if we can go on the counter. No, let's just give it right bloody back to them. Here's Kilkenny again, into Palmer. Great block there by Fikra Kelleher. Really hasn't been many chances here in this second half, but Swindon have seen a lot of the ball. But Palmer is going to have a shot there, but Conor Brand yet again with the save. And with 15 minutes to go, Swindon are running out of time to get back into this. Here's Paul Murray now on the ball, the youth academy player who we promoted in the last episode. He is absolutely huge. Honestly, we had James Miller in the last series with Real Miami, who is 6'7". I believe Murray's about 6'5", but he looks like a big presence there in the midfield. And he can also play centre-back as well, which is good, but I kind of want to test him out as a CDM first. But it's good to know that he is quite versatile in his positions. Fitzpatrick yet again going for that hat-trick, but once again it's a good block there from the defender. Oh, Smith over to Palmer, who's been the biggest threat, I have to say, so far from Swindon. But once again, not able to test the goalkeeper. Here's Taggart now, another Youth Academy graduate off the bench, looking to play in Allen. It's a good block. Here's Gilchrist. The game is over, but I'd like to get this third goal. I'd like to get Fitzpatrick his hat-trick. Come on, Fitzpatrick! Oh, it's a good save by Ripley. We will get the corner, but that will probably be the last play of the game here. It definitely will be, actually. We're in the 4th added minute of 1 that was added on. So this should be it. Allen into Turl, headed away. The referee should blow his whistle now, though. Come on, ref. Surely it's done. Yes, it is. We get our second victory here at Turner's Cross. What the hell is their goalkeeper doing? Walking like a crab for some reason. But we get 3 points here against top of the table Swindon, a clean sheet as well, which has been pretty rare so far in this series, and depending on the Notts County and Oldham game, we might have gone top of League 2 here. And Oldham have done us a massive favour. They did get a result against Notts County. They beat them, in fact. And that means that Cork City of the Republic of Ireland are now top of England's League 2. But up next, it's a game for us in the Virtu Trophy, our first game in this competition. And as you can see there, we have made quite a few changes. As I mentioned, Murray can also play centre-back as well as CDM, so we'll throw him in there. Drinnan is very close to becoming a CDM, so let's give him a start there. We'll keep Gilchrist in there. Brand still in between the sticks. But other than that, and Boyle also at left-back, I nearly forgot about him. Other than that, we have gone with basically an entirely new starting 11. So let's see how we get on here. Up against Fleetwood Town, we end up getting absolutely battered by 3-0. With all due respect to the Virtu Trophy, I'm really not that bothered about it this season. Maybe next season we might take it a little bit more seriously, but I'm probably going to sim every game in it, unless we get to the final, of course, which I will play, but that is very, very unlikely, to be honest with you. But we have got an offer for our left back here, Matthew Kiernan, who I have actually transfer listed. Look, I'm sure he can be a decent player, but at the moment, lads, we could really do with some extra money coming into the club. We've also transfer listed Sean Murray, our CDM, not to be confused with Paul Murray, the CDM who we've just called up from the Youth Academy. I'm looking to bring in a bit of extra money for this upcoming January transfer window. Of course, we've sold Shawnee Maguire as well, but I'd also like to have some money left over to get a better youth scout. So I am actually going to accept this offer here from Crew Alexandra. We go from losing a game 3-0 to winning a game 3-0 as we took on Accrington Stanley up next, who were down in 23rd place. And Josh Fitzpatrick may not have gotten the hat-trick in that game against Swindon, but he did get the opening goal of this game, and he continued his excellent form in this episode. And speaking of being in very good form, Rory Keating, who's had a brilliant start to his season with Cork City in real life, he's also been fantastic in this campaign, and he doubled our advantage right on the stroke of half-time. And then to seal the deal, Andrew Taggart, our striker who we brought up from the Youth Academy, getting I think his third goal for the club here, but definitely our third goal in this game, and that sealed all 3 points. Although there was something I couldn't help but notice here, that Andrew Taggart's game picture doesn't really look like him, but I don't really know if I can put my finger on why. And that transfer offer that we accepted earlier from Crew Alexandra for Matthew Kiernan has gone through, and he will be joining them in January as we receive £300,000 into our transfer budget, which is very, very good to see. And we have received an offer here for Sean Murray. Of course, I did mention earlier that we've also transfer listed him. It's Hoffenheim's second team who've come in with an offer here for £105,000. I'll probably negotiate to see if we can get a little bit more out of him, but it looks like he will also be leaving the club this coming January. But now we get back into some gameplay here as we take on Cheltenham Town at Turner's Cross. And they will be looking for some revenge against us because we did actually knock them out of the League Cup this season. It is a bit of a rainy day here at Leeside as we take on 5th place Cheltenham Town. As I mentioned, looking to get some revenge against us, and they're not too far behind us in the table. And as you've probably noticed as well, we've both had to go with the away kit because both of our home kits clashed. But here's McLaughlin, who we've decided to put into the starting 11, looking for Matthew Allen there, who did actually miss the last couple of games as he was on international duty with Northern Ireland, which is pretty impressive despite the fact he's a League 2 player that he's playing for his country. Cheltenham go on the attack here now with power into Miller. We can't seem to get near them at the moment, and Bran has to make another good save. We are yet to threaten their goalkeeper in this game so far. They have comfortably been the better team. Turl with the interception, but they get it right back. Fikra Kelleher for some reason lets it go, and Conor Brown once again having to save us there. Very, very poor defending, and I tell you what, we can count ourselves extremely lucky not to be behind in this game. But now we look to go on the attack. Rory Keating, not the best ball there. I was tempted to start Taggart in this game, as well as Keating has done. Time is not exactly on his side. Taggart will be the future of this team, at least the foreseeable future. So I do want to start giving him a lot more game time. But I said I'd start with Keating just because he is our top scorer so far. So that's why we've kept with him for now. Here's McLaughlin, who is in for O'Sullivan. That's a great ball into Fitzpatrick, who's had a very good episode so far, but unable to get the shot off that time. Here comes Cheltenham now at the other end. Only 1 minute of stoppage time, which we're already into. Here's Stevenson. Oh, ref, come on. If we were in that position, you'd have definitely blown the whistle. But he's given them this attack here, and we can't get anywhere near them. Young now, into Sonia, back to Young. 5th minute of bloody 1 added on. The referee finally decides to blow the whistle, and it's all square going into the second half. I opted not to make any changes at half-time, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did make a change early here in the second half, because once again at the moment, we can get nowhere near Cheltenham. You can see why they're doing so well this season. They are in for revenge, and they should have been 1-0 up there. Miller somehow puts that over the bar, and once again, we're very, very lucky not to concede. Oh, it's Miller again. It's a good ball into Martin, and it's 1-0 to Cheltenham Town, and I have to say, it's nothing more than they deserve. They have been absolutely fantastic today. We have been nowhere near it, and they get the goal that their play has fully earned. We need to respond quickly. Here's Boyle, who I keep calling Doyle as well for some reason, which is really annoying. But I tell you what's not really annoying is that Cathal O'Sullivan, who's fresh off the bench, has grabbed a very, very quick equaliser here. And with 15 minutes to go, it's anybody's game to win now. And I tell you what, lads, that was completely against the run of play, I do have to be honest. As Cheltenham look to go on the attack here again. Great interception there by Kelleher. Gilchrist now out to Brodie Lee. A rare appearance for him here in the league, and he runs right into the defender. And gives it right back to Cheltenham, who now look to go on the attack here yet again. Martin outpaces Turl. Turl looking to win it back. Into Miller. Every time they get into this position, I get really, really nervous. Oh, it's Thomas and Bran with another amazing save. Honestly, I'm starting to be convinced that this man should be wearing the captain's armband. Because I tell you what, he really does lead by example. But hopefully, oh, I was going to say he can keep that one out. I tell you what, if that had been on target, that absolutely would have been hitting the back of the net. Thank goodness me, they beat the post as well as the keeper. And the referee does blow it. He only added on 2 minutes, but yet he gave 3 for some reason. But he actually blew the whistle as Accrington were about to go on another attack. So they probably won't be happy. I tell you what, lads, not a great performance. So because of that, I'm actually quite happy that we got a point here from this game. I really do think it's a little bit more than what we deserved. And I can confirm that Sean Murray's transfer to Hoffenheim has been accepted, and he will be joining the German team in January for €110,000. It's Harrogate Town up next away from home. They are currently down in 18th position, so I'm going to give this one a quick sim, but McLaughlin and Murray come into the starting 11 as they both wanted to play this game, so let's hope they both put in a decent performance here, and hopefully we can get 3 points on the road. Yes, we do. Honestly, our away form has been absolutely sensational. It's just the bloody home form that's so inconsistent here at the moment. And for the final featured game of the episode, we're going to play in our 3rd different competition in this very episode as we kick off our FA Cup campaign against fellow League 2 side Gillingham. Tell you what, the board have pretty high expectations for us here in the FA Cup. Our objective is to get to the round of 16 of this competition, which won't be easy, but we did have a very, very good showing in the League Cup, so hopefully that can transform here as well in this competition. And of course, in real life, Cork City, no strangers to winning domestic cups. We have won the FAI Cup, I think 3 times in our history, so hopefully the FA Cup can get added to that collection here at some stage in this career mode. It's been a very, very cagey first half so far. Not really many chances, but here comes Taggart, who we've brought in for Rory Keating, and the youngster has somehow missed the target from there. I mean, this isn't really the best angle, but that should have bulged the back of the net. They're not going to give us another replay there. I'd love to see how close that was, but that is such a big, big chance to miss there in front of the travelling supporters. Oh, but he plays in a good ball for Cathal O'Sullivan. Surely he's not going to miss from here. Surely we're not going to miss 2 very big chances. Oh, the defender stops him before he even lets strike. Oh my goodness me, we should be 2-0 up here. Absolutely ridiculous. There was absolutely nothing happened in this game up until about the 25th minute. And then we have 2 really big chances, which we somehow don't take. But we still have it here. Murray over to Allen. Let's see what our number 7 can do. Back over to Murray. Again, just looks absolutely gigantic on the pitch. I can't even speak. And I clearly can't pass the ball either, as we give up possession once again. Oh, but we get it back, and it's Taggart. Surely not going to miss this time. He's onside as well. He makes up for that earlier miss, and we do take the lead here 2 minutes before half-time. Look, he's a young player. I don't want to be too harsh on him for missing opportunities like that. But in fairness to him, he kept his head up. He's really done well there to put that into the back of the net. Good ball there as well by, I think that was McManus, was it? No, it wasn't. It was Murray who played in that ball. Bloody hell. I need to go to Specsavers. But thankfully, we do take the lead here right before the halftime break. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, they nearly equalised. Conor Brand stepping up yet again. I said it in the last game. I'm really considering giving him the captain's armband. I really am. He does lead by example. Let's hope we can clear this away here. Well done, Murray. Into Taggart. We're not going to get time to go on another opportunity here. Another attack, I should say, here in this first half. But we do have the lead here in the first round of the FA Cup. Oh no, it's Smith. Looking to get the equaliser here. What a start the second half for Gillingham. I'm not even surprised. I'm really not. There was something about the end of that first half that told me this second half, Gillingham are going to get the equaliser fairly quickly. And in fairness, they have done. Nothing I could do about it. Smith with a really good finish. And the 11th place team in League 2 are back on level terms here in the FA Cup. 64th minute here, and this is our first attack of the second half. Allen, I thought he'd overrun it. He does really well to turn it back and give it to Taggart, I should say. Bloody hell, I keep getting his name wrong too. Oh, he did hit the target there, but a good save by the keeper. O'Sullivan now will take the corner. Let's see if we can create something from here. Looking for Fikra Kelleher, but Morris comes out and catches it. Oh, Boyle, what are you doing? Vokes! Conor Brand, you absolute legend, keeps us in the FA Cup. Boyle falling asleep there. Terrible, terrible pass. But thankfully the keeper keeps us out of jail once again. Here's McLaughlin now fresh off the bench, going out to this right-hand side into Allen. Back into Taggart. Come on, lad. Taggart looking for his second goal of the game. Absolutely no power behind that strike. I think the keeper probably should have caught that. So I'll happily take the corner. But once again, finds himself in a good position. I mean, to be fair, it would have been a very good finish if it had gone in. But I still think he should have put more power behind that strike. And I did have my finger on circle for quite some time there. So I'm not taking responsibility for that. Allen will take the corner now that O'Sullivan has come off the pitch. Let's hope Morris doesn't catch it again. Oh my god, once again he comes out and catches it. That's so bloody irritating. And right now we look set for extra time, but Gillingham looking to go on the attack here. Once again with 5 minutes to go. I'd really not want to get knocked out of the FA Cup here in the first round. Oh my goodness me. It goes through the legs of Bran. It hits the post. And once again we get away with it there. How have we stayed in this game, honestly? I mean, we've had chances, don't get me wrong, but Gillingham will feel like they should have already won this game at this stage. Here's Fitzpatrick now in stoppage time, has to go back to McManus, out to McLaughlin, Gilchrist off the bench. Oh, lovely bit of play there, but they do intercept it, and it will be extra time here in the FA Cup. Good ball into Allen. Oh, it would have been a carbon copy of the goal that Gillingham scored at the start of the second half of normal time. We get the first attack here in extra time, but unfortunately Morris is equal to it again. He's had a pretty good performance, to be fair to him, the Gillingham captain. Bloody hell, I cannot speak in this episode at all. Lyons with a really good interception there. He would have been offside anyway, and we give it right back to him. Here's Hutton now over to Little. Back over to Hutton. Oh, I'm getting nervous here. I'd be so disappointed to get knocked out of the FA Cup here in the early rounds. I think he might have been offside there, despite the fact he hit the post. Yes, he was. Oh, once again, we get away with one there. We really, really do. But what I was going to say was, after our fantastic performance in the League Cup, I'd be really, really disappointed to get knocked out of the FA Cup here, especially to a team who we are 10 places ahead of in League 2. That's a good ball into Allen again though. Taggart, please don't miss this lad. Come on, brilliant finish. Right on the stroke of half time here. Take a shot every time I say that. He's missed some big opportunities today, but he has scored his second goal of the game. And will that be enough to see us go through to the second round of the FA Cup? It's been a very quiet second half of extra time here, but I'm not going to complain. It looks like we've done enough to seal our path to the second round of the FA Cup. Blow it up, ref. Yes, we have. A very, very intense game here against Gillingham, who will probably feel a little bit hard done by that they haven't advanced through, but Taggart's 2 goals have sent us to the next round of the world's oldest cup competition. I know we can't get a Premier League team in the next round, but I really, really do hope we get a Premier League team here at some stage. Despite the fact that we got to round 3 of the League Cup, we didn't play anybody from England's top division, but I'd really, really like to have that happen here in the FA Cup at some stage in this campaign. We'll wrap up this episode now with a few simmed games just to progress the season along nicely, and the first one of those games is at home here against Walsall. I should be confident because it's a home game, but honestly our form at home has been very, very hit and miss, so I really don't know what to expect. Please get the 3 points here, lads. No, we don't. We lose by 1-0. Honestly, it's never mind Turner's Cross. Bloody, we need to rename the stadium to Turner's Curse because we have been absolutely diabolical at home this season for the most part. Another home game, this time in the Virtu Trophy up against Grimsby Town. Shout out to MWS. I'm really not bothered about the result here, which means we'll probably end up winning it when I don't care. Oh, never mind. We get absolutely hockeyed by 4-1. But thankfully the next game is an away game, which hopefully will work in our favour. Once again, Allen is out on international duty, so he will not be available for this game against Shrewsbury, and we end up sharing the points. There's an injury as well. Oh, never mind, that's the Shrewsbury. I was looking at the wrong side. Boyle does score what I believe is his first goal for the club, but we share the points here on the road in the final game of the episode. And unfortunately, that does mean that we lose our top spot here in League 2 at the end of this episode. But to be honest, lads, I'm actually not that disappointed, because if you told me at the start of this series that 16 games in, we would be in second place, just 2 points off the top, I wouldn't have complained at all. So I am very, very happy with how this campaign has gone so far. We definitely need to improve that home record, though. We've dropped far too many points at Turner's Cross this season. Never in a million years did I think that playing in England every other week would be fine, but playing at our home stadium would be where we really struggled. I never ever thought that would be the case. So that is something, hopefully, that we will improve upon as the series progresses here. But that will do it for this episode of the Cork City Career Mode, lads. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy it, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel as well, lads. I did just want to take a second to thank you all for helping me hit 800 subscribers over the weekend. Honestly, lads, it means the world to me. It really, really does. I do have a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers at some stage in 2026, and the fact that we are now less than 200 subscribers away from doing that is absolutely crazy. Thank you all once again for tuning in, and I will talk to you all on Wednesday for the next episode of the Cork City Career Mode. Take care.